Hey everyone, welcome back to another installment of the fourth quarter pod's 7 minutes or less segment. Jake is freshly vaxxed. Basketball is starting next Monday and we're ready to get some content out to you. How you doing, Jake?
Very good, Luca. Hope you're well. I can't believe everything's seemingly back to normal. Hopefully no other setbacks, which will mean, like you said, basketball back for us and for the broad community in New South Wales, and looking forward to another good video for the fans and the
Yeah,
community.
100%. And this is a fan suggestion, and he's going to be hot. He's going to be hotly waiting for this one, so we're going to get right into it. And he's hoping for us to rip into it a little bit. So, what we want to talk about, as the title suggests, is Zion and the Pelicans drifting apart. Is Griff sinking the ship? And how's the relationship with Zion looking? What are your takes, Jake?
Oh, I could go so many ways with this, Luca. There's the New Orleans Pelicans and Zion Williamson seem to always be in the headlines for the wrong reasons, which is crazy to say because we've got a guy who's the first overall pick entering his third season, coming off a season where he averaged 27 points on 61% field goal percentage. So we're talking about a player who has Shaq-like efficiency at 6'6" and can play the point guard position. So look, I guess the first place to take it and try to keep it to that 3.5 minutes to give you your section to keep it under 7 is this injury. It's very, very rare for an injury to a superstar like Zion to be under the rug like it was. A couple of weeks ago when you picked, or sorry, 4 to 6 weeks ago when you picked Zion in the first pick in your fantasy draft, we
No
didn't know
news.
anything about,
Yeah.
no news, right? And of course, I thought and you thought that was a great pick, and it still may be. But the point I'm trying to make is like there was no coverage from the Pelicans about where he was at physically, and then we saw the media day scrums and how chunky he was looking, and all the memes that were made out of him. And Willie Green, the newly appointed New Orleans Pelicans coach, most recently just sort of murmured, "Oh yeah, Zion's got an injury. He's going for scans. He'll be right for opening night." And then a few days later, he was no good, and now it's no timetable for return. So just another notch in the belt that is the New Orleans Pelicans' dysfunction since David Griffin has taken over. To defend David Griffin for a moment, it was obviously just as bad before he got there. But ever since trading Anthony Davis for that great package, Zion Williamson has seen Anthony Davis leave to the Lakers and win a championship in his first year. Drew Holiday leave the Pelicans to join the Bucks and win a championship in his first year. Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball, Zion Williamson's running mate, leave to Chicago, who are now lighting it up in the preseason. So it's a very, very fascinating situation that's going on. I feel like New Orleans Pelicans don't actually understand what kind of prospect and talent they have on their books, and they're happy just to get ticket sales and bums in seats. And similarly, Zion is just doing Zion stuff, not taking his nutrition seriously, not being with a trainer 24/7. He trains on the sideline with his stepdad rather than utilize the New Orleans Pelicans training and coaching staff, which tells me there's a broken trust and a relationship there. And my final thought on this matter is JJ Redick and Zion Williamson share the same agent, and JJ Redick said he'll never trust the New Orleans Pelicans ever again. So best believe if JJ Redick thinks that, Zion's veteran or ex-veteran, and they're from the same agency, what does that say
Yeah.
about what Zion thinks? So it's a very fascinating situation. The New Orleans Pelicans have underachieved the first 2 seasons Zion has been there. What Zion has to take responsibility for is his body and getting himself right for the season, which hasn't happened. So there's blame on both sides, and I don't see a positive outcome moving forward.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with your kind of analysis and dissection there. I think the JJ Redick point is very poignant. I quote, JJ Redick said, "I don't think you're going to get honesty from that front office, objectively speaking. That's not an
Huge.
opinion. I just don't think you're going to get that." So the fact that they share agents as well just screams to me that there is some, behind closed doors discussions happening there. And I mean, we already know that their relationship was kind of sour to begin with, and Griffin has done some like really weird, wacky shit to try and like keep his players happy. Apparently he tried to play the piano for Zion during the bubble. Like, what a weirdo.
That's so weird.
So I from like a Griffin perspective and like the organization, the other thing that I wanted to point out that Griffin has also publicly badmouthed people, specifically Alvin Gentry. So I think that he's got this. I don't know what it is with him around just how he runs the organization and the relationships that he's trying to build, but it seems like no matter which way he turns, he makes enemies as opposed to making friends, and trying to build a team that is, wants to be in New Orleans, wants to be part of the organization. And so what I'm seeing the whole Zion situation as is a symptom of that and a symptom of all these dysfunctional relationships and just things not going right. Like, not having winning seasons, not having any material success, and literally, falling apart at the seams relationship wise. And so, as you rightfully pointed out, Zion is, probably the most, and this is, the words my friend who suggested this segment said, the most amateur pro athlete he's ever seen, which is so true. Like, as you said, he still trains with his stepdad in the off season. His mum cooks his meals instead of having a dietitian like every other NBA player does. And on opening day and media day, you see he shows up overweight and not ready to play. And all of a sudden now he's got this foot injury with no timetable for return. So what this screams to me is just get out of jail free card from New Orleans. Like, how can he James Harden-esque it and make it look like, he's out? And what are Pelicans going to get for him? I mean, whether they trade him or not, it seems unlikely that he's going to accept any rookie extension, no matter how much money they throw at him. So, yeah, this is the ship is sinking, in my opinion. And where I want to go with this, I want to ask you one final question before we wrap up. What are your projections for the New Orleans Pelicans as an organization and team for the end of this season and then moving forward into next?
Okay, so I wasn't briefed on this, so this is coming straight off the cranium. And what you just said then was very well reasoned. It's very hard to ascertain whether it's Zion's antics are causing the Pelicans to sink, or the Pelicans sinking are causing these Zion antics, and which is why he wants out. Zion Williamson, as I said at the start of the video, is averaging 27 points on 61% field goal percentage. He's running the offense for New Orleans. My guess would be David Griffin got a little bit too big for his boots, because he is a very intelligent man, and he put together the roster alongside LeBron, which helped Cleveland get their first championship in 2016. So his weirdness probably comes from unintentional arrogance, and I don't mean that in a rude way. But to go back to your question quickly, I would say Zion Williamson is still an all-star this season. Pelicans miss out on the playoffs yet again due to roster construction and to Zion unavailability for 82 games. I would say he doesn't sign a rookie extension and enters his fourth year, obviously going as a free agent, and I would say he gets traded to the New York Knicks.
Oh, massive call on where he gets traded. And I mean, it's a good one. He did say publicly that his favorite place to play is Madison Square Garden. So we'll see. I agree with everything you said in terms of, Zion, the Pelicans, but I'm going to add one thing. I think at the end of this season, due to the NBA expansion, New Orleans Pelicans will be moving to either Seattle or Las Vegas.
Very juicy. I love that. I love that.
Let's see where we go with this.
That's huge. Hopefully it's Seattle, but I like Las Vegas as well.
Either one of them, I'm happy. But I think
Yeah,
they're gonna be getting out of New Orleans either way. So that's my hot take. Too early, too crazy, but we'll see.
It's a shame KD extended, because he could have joined Zion in Seattle maybe for a homecoming. That could have been cool.
That would have been very cool. But we'll leave it at that. We could talk about this forever.
All right, boys and girls, thank you for watching, and can't wait for the next pod.
Talk to you all soon. See you later, everybody.
Thanks, guys.